Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. So in this video we're going to be doing chapter 13 verse 33. In the previous video, in the previous verse 1332, Bhagwan talked about Paramatma and how Paramatma is not affected by material nature. In this video he's going to talk about how the Jivatma is also not affected by the material nature, and there's subtle differences between what Bhaktivinoda Thakur says and what the other two say. So we'll go through that and identify those differences and try to understand as much as possible. So let's pray. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dear Bhagwan Shri Krishna, please help us understand this verse that we're going to be reading just now and going through just now. And please help us intensify our attachment to you. Please help us get to Krishna Prem. Please help us use this verse to get to Prem for you, to help us understand our nature, our own nature, your nature, and the relationship, the sambandha that we have with you, and help us attain that, attain love for you and attain service for you. Please engage us in your service. Okay, let's sing the verse together. Okay. यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात् आकाशं नोपलिप्यते सर्वत्रावस्थितो देहे तथात्मानोपलिप्यते. Na upalipyate, never mixes. So he's saying no upalipyate in both cases, both lines here. The sky, so he's giving an example. The sky, due to his subtle nature, does not mix with anything, although it's all pervading. Similarly, the soul situated in the Brahman vision does not mix with the body, although situated in that body. So the soul, once the person has that understanding, that the Brahman vision, he's calling it, that I am not the body, I am the soul, then the soul does not mix with the body, even though it's situated in the body. So the air enters into water, whatever, everything, but it does not mix with anything. Similarly, the living entity, though situated in various bodies, varieties of bodies, is aloof from them due to its subtle nature. Therefore, it is impossible to see with the material eyes how the living entity is in contact with this body and how is out of it after the destruction of the body. No one in science can explain that. This one is very, very good. The soul experiences all of these things due to the ego. He's saying the ego makes it identify with the body. So we are the soul, there is a body, and what is the reason that is causing us to believe that we are this body? It is the ego. One may ask why the changes in the body do not taint the soul. He explains it with the example of space. Space holds everything yet remains unaffected because it's subtler than the gross object it holds. Similarly, the soul is a subtler energy. It retains its divinity even while it identifies with the material body. Chapter 3 has that, I think, the levels of subtlety. You go from the sense objects to the senses, to the mind, to the intellect, to the soul. Like this is like increasing subtlety. If that's a word. Okay, so let's read Bhaktivinoda Thakur's explanation. Endowed with a subtle nature, the sky is situated everywhere and is not contaminated by any other object. Similarly, a discriminating jiva. So this is a jiva who has that Brahman vision, who has attained the supreme, follows the nature of the Paramatma. This is what he adds to it. He follows the nature of the Paramatma, because in the previous verse where he had said that the Paramatma is in the material world but is completely separate from it. So similarly, this Jivatma then, who has attained the Supreme, follows the nature of the Paramatma, who is situated in all bodies but does not become contaminated by the qualities of those bodies. It's a beautiful explanation. I absolutely crazy love it. I'm so grateful that I got to know this text, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's translation. I am so grateful. By the way, the translation of 932 in Bhaktivinoda Thakur's book is very loving. Like I should put this in this link in the description as well. It's really beautiful. Okay, but he's very complicated. Like his words are very complicated. I'm reading his Jaiv Dharma and it's very complicated. But yeah, this is very loving. Okay, that's it for this video. Wish you a day filled with lots and lots of spiritual growth and lots of eagerness and enthusiasm and motivation and obsession to attain Krishna and attain spiritual growth. Radhe Radhe.